arm.
He's doing fine. He's been stable all day, and even he's been smiling. You know, he told me today that he had been smiling.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging.
So I really wanted to believe that he was getting better.
And the next day, October 3rd, the nurse gave another cheerful report.
His nurse took a picture of him smiling.
Oh, good.
He's not been agitated. It's just been doing real well tonight.
But the hospital chart indicates Philip remains critically ill with pulmonary and renal dysfunction.
All right, well, that'll help me sleep. Okay. All right, well, thank you so much. You're welcome. Okay, bye-bye.
And he was very, very critical. It was obvious to us that we're not going to turn this around.
The Patricks were notified on October 5th that Philip continued to have lung and kidney problems. But on October 6th, Mrs. Patrick was told her son had a good day.
Well, this morning he was playing.
He was playing, and so he's had a good day throughout?
Yeah.
Then, only a few hours later, there was this call from the doctor.
We're having a little more trouble. Just a significant large amount of medicine to try to support his blood pressure. But I'm concerned that he's not going to survive.
It's going to take me 4 hours from where I am. If I can't even, will you let me come in and hold it?
But the Patricks say they were not permitted to hold Philip when they finally got to the hospital. And they were frisked by armed guards before they were allowed to see him.
He literally looked at you, Julie came in, and said, look at him. All of you knew. You knew this wasn't Munchausen. Why didn't somebody stand up for him and do something?
I knew that this poor kid was lying there week after week all this time when I thought he was getting better. And he was wondering, why did she leave?
Hey, guy.
I was his playmate. I was his friend. The very time that he needed me most, I was gone.
The Patricks had 4 brief, supervised visits with their dying son. And only when he was dead, says Mrs. Patrick, was she finally allowed to hold Philip. An autopsy found the manner of death natural. Its cause, sepsis due to peritonitis, not Munchausen's. Vanderbilt strongly disagrees with the coroner's report. Writing in its letter to 2020, the coroner has chosen to attack our care, to mask his own inadequacies. But the coroner tells 2020 he has never been asked to change his report. After Philip's death, Julie Patrick was never again contacted by the authorities. She has never been charged with any crime, yet she feels she'll live under a cloud of suspicion for the rest of her life. I'm sure that any mother out there watching this program is going to say, that could happen to me.
Yes, it could easily happen. People who are allowed to Munchausen by proxy
Would you
have
like to
developed
chat
tunnel
about
vision,
things like
and
that
they
to
look
earn
for
some
things that
cash?
confirm the theory. They don't look for anything else.
Vanderbilt has denied the hospital was negligent in caring for Philip, and in its correspondence to 2020 wrote, it must weigh heavily on you to know that you may be offering comfort to a woman who might have caused the death of her own baby.
And I still haven't
Has
been able to
really
get
honed
him.
my
I still
fashion
am
sensibilities.
trying to figure out what happened.
Would you like to chat about Les Parisians and about your looks?
Years after Philip's death, Julie Patrick says she's comforted in knowing her son Philip is in a safe place. As of 2014, the Patrick's daughter, Angela, so sick as an infant, is a college honors student. I'm John Quinones. Please join us next time for another edition of 2020 on TLC.
This program contains material that may be disturbing to some viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
It was a bright, sunny day. It didn't seem like anything could possibly go wrong, and the day was shattered.
Would you like that?
I heard just the sound of an engine speeding up, just I heard a thud. There was a teenage girl, and she was face down in the dirt. Her shoes had been knocked off. And then I saw his car zoom by, and he just pulled out of that parking lot.
Fire department, what's the address?
I'm standing at 8990 West
My name
Peoria
is
Avenue
Angela.
in the parking lot.
My Heart was beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. I remember lots of yelling and screaming. I hit the ground on my hands and knees. She was completely unresponsive. Brushed her hair behind her ear and held her hand. She was just a normal teenage girl, just beautiful. So I'm trying to talk to her like, you're gonna be okay, honey. It's gonna be okay. And I was so afraid that it wasn't going to be.
Is the vehicle still there that hit her?
No, it's took off. And there's another person that just left.
The other lady that was hit, she was crying and screaming.
Within about 20 to 30 minutes, we had a pretty good idea that this was not just a hit and run. The younger of the two women was identified as Noor Al-Maleki. The other woman was identified as Amal Khalaf. Amal was able to provide a name of the individual that was actually driving the vehicle. She recognized him. She says it's Noor Al-Maleki's father. We learned there had been a long-standing conflict between Noor and Falah, and that Falah was not happy with the way Noor was living her life. And I think she knew that at some point a showdown was going to happen. When he saw Amal and Noor, walking across the parking lot, opportunity knocked. He opened that door and ran a 4,000-pound vehicle right through it. This wasn't a whodunit. It never was. The mystery is why this had happened, and what would possess a father to do something like this to his daughter.
A family's honor on 48 Hours Hard Evidence. Welcome to 48 Hours Hard Evidence. I'm Maureen Maher. 20-year-old Noor Al-Maleki was a popular college student with high hopes of living the American dream. As a little girl, she had fled with her family from Saddam Hussein's Iraq and settled in the suburbs of Phoenix. All seemed well until Noor clashed with her parents as a teenager. But it was only in October 2009, when Noor was the victim of a hit-and-run driver, that the horrifying nature of the family division was revealed. As Troy Roberts reports, Noor wasn't clinging to life because of a terrible accident, but to settle a family's honor.
When I found out Noor was in an accident, I was so shocked. I didn't want to believe it. Is this true? Is my friend really hurt? Why would something like this happen to Noor?
The horrifying news that Noor Al-Maleki had been run over by her own father spread quickly among her friends.
I didn't believe it at first, and when I found out exactly what had happened, it was just really hard, really heartbreaking.
The 20-year-old college student was in a coma, fighting for her life.
Noor's condition was very critical. She suffered multiple vertebrae fractures, an ankle fracture, severe closed head injury, and multiple soft tissue injuries from head to toe, basically.
Noor's friend Amal Khalaf had been thrown 27 feet, fracturing her pelvis and femur, but miraculously survived.
This is a serious crime. 2 people were severely injured and it was an intentional act. That's a big deal.
But the man suspected of running them over, Noor's father.
Oh, heck no. No, you just didn't.
2009, Peoria, Arizona police detective Chris Bowie launched a manhunt.
When you're moving on a case,
Aw, man.
we've got a bad guy that's on the loose. We need
What
to
you
catch
just
him.
say?
He also tried to figure out the motive.
You know that something happened. Was it anger? Was it frustration?
Yo,
Was it greed?
real talk, man. What's wrong with this cat?
Those questions also intrigued
Man.
journalist and CBS News consultant Abigail Peston.
Real talk.
What kind of girl was she?
Noor was an all-American teenage girl. She called her friends dude. At school, she played tennis on the tennis team. She worked on the yearbook.
Pesto wrote about Noor for Marie Claire magazine.
Her friends told me her hair was always perfect.
God dang it, I can't see
She
nothing.
counted on to have her bottle of hairspray handy.
Like most teens, Noor loved shopping and hanging out with her friends, female and male. She was also passionate about school and dreamed of being a teacher.
She was somebody that wanted to get an education. She was somebody that wanted to be somebody, to do something with her life.
Noor was just 4 when her family fled Iraq and Saddam Hussein. They eventually settled in the Phoenix suburbs, home to a large Arab community.
She had a foot in...
What you know? You just shook your head to that?
1 foot in suburban America and 1 foot in Middle Eastern tradition.
That's Norrin White.
Dude, you shook your head to me saying that. Oh, this game is so creepy.
Did she struggle with trying to straddle both of those cultures?
Absolutely. You know, in public she just tried
Yo,
to
man.
She just tried to live her life and enjoy the freedoms that America offered her. In private, she fought with her father all the time.
At home, Noor was supposed to obey her parents. It was her job to cook, clean, and help take care of her 6 younger siblings.
And if she didn't, she would be beaten.
Noor told her friend Adi that her father disapproved of everything she did, from the way she dressed to her choice of friends.
You can't tell your child, you know, today in America, oh, you can't hang out with boys. No, you can't go outside looking like that. In her home, they were just like...
Okay, well, I lied and said my name was Lulu, and I was 10 years old, so it thinks I'm a little child. Screw you. And I'm gonna type like one. Well, that wasn't typing like one, so whatever.
Nothing salacious, nothing risque, nothing out of the ordinary.